Welcome to another in a series of videos spotlighting National Property Group, and I'm joined by Glenn Ackroyd. And Glenn, you're a landlord as well, and we've spoken in other videos about how National Property Group was really formed by landlords for landlords. So on that basis, you're always willing to share strategies with your clients, and one thing that you as landlords are looking at and very passionate about is rent to buy. Let's talk about that, just to give an overview of exactly what rent to buy is.
Okay, well, rent to buy gives the tenant an opportunity to move into a house, but also the ability to buy the house over a period of time. We allow them 10 years to do that. So it gets them a foot on the housing ladder, they pay the rent, and they build up their deposit over time, typically 5 years, so they can then have a sizable chunk to buy the house with a mortgage.
So why as a landlord might I be interested in that?
Well, when you sort of look at running a business and the costs of the business, typically 40% of your costs go out in repairs, maintenance, void and arrears. With a rent to buy, the tenant takes on the responsibility of all the maintenance costs. Now that can be very, very high. Also on the rent to buy, you're going to have less problems with arrears because the tenant's committed to the house because they're going to buy the house. And also you don't have a problem with a void because the tenant's in there until they buy. So you can typically save 25% of your business costs by using rent to buy, which has the same impact as a 25% rent increase, which obviously you can't do because there's a ceiling. So it can dramatically impact on a landlord's portfolio by switching to this strategy.
So what sort of properties might suit going into a rent to buy strategy?
What I always say to this question is any house that a first time buyer would be happy to move into. So if it's a 2-bed, 3-bed house in a reasonably good area, that's the first rung on the ladder, rent to buy works. If it's a house in the poorest part of the town that's got problems with crime, or it's a high-rise block of flats that no one wants to go to, then it's not going to work as well. It may not work. So it has to be a good house that a good, hard-working family would like to live in.
But it strikes me that from a landlord's perspective, it might suit low-yielding properties.
Yes, I mean,
it might be a nice exit strategy.
In terms of, lots of landlords, including myself, have bought lots of high-value properties, which at the time had good capital appreciation, but with low yielding. And of course, with the benefit of hindsight, I think, well, why did I buy that property? Rent to buy, there's fantastic those houses, because those are the houses people want. They're higher value houses, and those houses go far better than the lower end of the property market.
And let's be clear that this rent to buy strategy you've got is fully compliant, fully transparent, fully protected with insurances and so on and so forth. So both landlord and tenant can have comfort in getting involved with this.
Yes, the thing we did was we went to an FSA consultant to check out all our literature and run certain aspects through the FSA for compliance. Then also we set up a trust account, so the money that the tenant pays is protected in a trust fund, so that if anything happened untoward to a landlord or anything happened that the sale couldn't complete, they get their money back. The trust fund is put into an account, and that's governed by ALA, and under that scheme it also means there is £25,000 of insurance protection, so that gives the tenant peace of mind that the money is protected.
That sounds fantastic, and you're very hot about educating tenants as to the benefits of rent to buy as well. You've got lots of materials to help them understand it so that they can, again, get involved with comfort.
Yes, certainly. I mean, rent to buy is quite an alien and new concept. It has in fact received endorsement by the government now. But for tenants, they need to be educated, and our website gives them information on how it works. We've got videos and marketing brochures which helps explain the process.
And how much do you charge landlords for putting a property into rent to buy?
Well, this sounds quite perverse, but we charge them nothing. Because we believe in rent to buy, because for running a business and managing properties, rent to buy is great for us. So all the front end costs that we encounter, we absorb them ourselves, and we then get our money in the long term through management.
Well, I think it's a very exciting strategy, and one that I'm considering myself, Glenn, and clearly we can't cover everything in a short interview like this, so if this has piqued your interest and you'd like to know more, please do get in touch with Glenn, and you're happy to answer any questions, aren't you? So that is Glenn Ackroyd of National Property Group, and we've been discussing rent to buy, so do get in touch if you'd like more details.